All right, thanks for tuning in to Marty's Kitchen. And tonight we're going to have a delicious shrimp Alfredo dinner. So we're going to get these things underway this afternoon, and I'm going to just start off by making a fresh baguette bread, and that will be ready to serve up with the dinner. Here is the ingredients for the shrimp Alfredo, and you can see them listed on the screen. We're going to take you through it here. All right, so first we've got our 1 pound of deveined and peeled shrimp. We're going to make some pasta water. So we're going to get some salt in the water for the pasta. And in the meantime, we're going to start getting the tablespoon of olive oil in the fry pan so that we can put some of those shrimp in the pan and start turning those to a nice golden brown. And we got the fresh pasta. That's getting ready to go into the pot, but that's too soon because that's fresh. So we're going to mince up some red onion. Or a shallot, that works. 1 shallot, finely diced. And then, of course, we're going to get some freshly chopped parsley for a garnish at the end. And then we've got the shallot here, and we're going to just chop that small and be careful. We don't want to cut no fingers here. So we're going to cut those. And then next we're going to get over to the garlic. All right, so we're going to also wash off some asparagus because we're going to have those with our plated dinner. Some fresh asparagus in the steamer. That's the best way to get those. All right, so we're going to put those shrimp in the pan now, and we're going to just get that up to a nice frying temperature. Get them just long enough to get them golden brown on each side because they are going to still be cooking a little bit in the warm saute sauce at the end here. So some lightly salted and black pepper. Nothing like fresh black pepper and a little bit of salt, and of course some paprika. And just a sprinkle of paprika. That's all you need, but you can't overdo it. Okay, so now we're going to chop up that garlic. We're going to peel it, of course, first, and then we're going to mince it into some tiny little pieces. And remember, whenever cooking garlic, if you're doing onions or shallots or whatever, garlic goes in towards the end because garlic burns easily, and then it has kind of a harsh flavor. So you want to just do the garlic till it gets a nice aromatic in the room, about a minute probably. Okay, so now the shrimp are about ready. So we're going to take the shrimp out of the pan because we're going to be adding some other stuff in there. As you see, we're going to put in like 2 tablespoons of butter. Stir that in, help deglaze the nice burnt. I call it burnt. It's not really burnt, but some nice deglazing of the shrimp spiciness. And then we're going to add in that shallot. And then we're going to put in a splash, a third of a cup, 1/3 of a cup of white wine. And we're going to put that in the pan, and the garlic. That's where we put the garlic in. Now that the onions, the shallot's been in there for a little bit, now it's okay to put that garlic clove up there with the white wine and stir that around. And till you just start to see it, getting a little steamy. And then we're going to add the 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. And let it cool down a little bit before you add that, just so it doesn't curdle the cream. It shouldn't, but in any case, that's going to bring the temperature down anyway. And then we add our shrimp back in. Now we got our water boiling for the pasta while the shrimp is sitting in that nice juicy sauce. Now this is that fresh pasta, so this cooks in no time at all. And then we got some fresh Parmesan, 2.4 ounces of fresh Parmesan grated up. And then we're going to put some pasta in the pan. now that it's all cooked and ready to go. A little bit of that starchy water is a nice little thickening agent also for that sauce. But you don't want it too thick. It's just a nice little on the runny side. That's to your preference. And then we're going to garnish it with that fresh parsley, and then adding some of that Parmesan on top. Look at that. That was delicious, I have to admit. I already ate this dinner by the time I got around to editing this video. And then we're just going to split up those fresh asparagus on the side of the plate there. And like I said, some Parmesan grated on top. And then we get to the freshly made baguette bread, which is a separate recipe altogether. But we're going to butter that up, put it on that side of that plate, and you are about ready to have a feast like you just can't believe how easy it is. A little bit of prep time, but worth every second.